They thought you would scream when you left. They thought there would be a scene, a breakdown, a desperate message sent at midnight, a public explosion that proved you were still chained to them. But you didn't scream, you didn't beg, you didn't announce your departure with fireworks or fury. You broke free quietly, and that terrified them, because silence is dangerous. Silence means you've already decided. Silence means the storm has passed through you and left steel behind. Silence means you are no longer negotiating with your own worth. They expected tears. They expected collapse. They expected you to crumble under the weight they placed on your shoulders. But instead, you walked away without a sound. And that is where your power began. Expectation versus reality. They were so certain they knew you. They believed they understood your limits, your fears, your breaking point. They studied your kindness and mistook it for weakness. They observed your patience and labeled it dependency. They saw your love and assumed it was permanent, no matter how they treated you. They thought you would stay because you always had. They thought you would tolerate a little more disrespect, a little more neglect, a little more betrayal. They thought your loyalty was unconditional. What they didn't understand is that loyalty has a silent expiration date, and the day it expired, you didn't argue, you didn't threaten, you didn't try to win them back. You simply withdrew your energy. You see, they were preparing for war, but you chose peace. They were sharpening their words, ready for another battle, but you were already packing your dignity. They expected you to fight for their attention, but you decided to fight for yourself. And that shift, that subtle internal shift, it changed everything. Because when you stopped trying to convince them of your value, you started discovering it. When you stopped explaining your pain, you started healing it. When you stopped chasing, you started rising. They didn't notice at first. They thought your silence meant surrender. But your silence was strategy. Your silence was strength. Your silence was the sound of chains breaking. Transformation. Phase 1, the quiet evolution. Let's talk about what happened after you walked away. Because freedom is not loud in the beginning. It's awkward. It's uncertain. It's quiet. You sat alone with your thoughts. No distractions. No validation. No one clapping for your bravery. Just you and the echo of everything you tolerated. You replayed conversations in your mind. You questioned yourself. You wondered if you overreacted. You wondered if you should go back. That's the part no one talks about. Breaking free isn't glamorous. It's sitting in the dark, facing the parts of yourself that allowed mistreatment. It's admitting you ignored red flags because you hoped they would turn green. It's recognizing that you shrank yourself just to fit into a space that was never built for you. It hurts. Oh, it hurts. But pain, when embraced instead of avoided, becomes transformation. You didn't run from the discomfort. You sat with it. You let it burn through you like fire purifying gold. You let it strip away illusions. You let it dissolve the version of you that begged for crumbs. And in that quiet furnace, you were rebuilt, stronger, sharper, clearer. You began to see patterns you once romanticized. You recognized manipulation disguised as affection. You noticed how often you apologized for things that weren't your fault. And slowly, your standards rose, not out of arrogance, but out of self-respect. You started waking up earlier. You started taking care of your body. You started guarding your time like it was sacred, because it is. You realize something powerful. The moment you stop pouring into people who drain you, your cup begins to overflow. And that overflow, it's not for them anymore. It's for you. You began rebuilding your confidence in silence, reading, learning, growing, healing. No announcements, no social media declarations, no revenge posts. Just progress, quiet progress. And that is the most dangerous kind. Conflict reaction. Their shock. At first, they didn't notice. They assumed you would circle back. They thought, give it time. They always come back. But days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And you didn't return. That's when confusion set in. They checked your profile. They asked mutual friends about you. They wondered why you weren't reacting to their indirect messages. They expected jealousy, but you showed indifference. They expected anger, but you gave them silence. Do you know how unsettling that is? To lose access to someone who once gave you unlimited energy, to realize the person you thought would always be there has locked the door without slamming it. They felt the shift. The power dynamic flipped, because the moment you stopped needing their validation, you became unpredictable, and unpredictability is power. Did they really think you would stay broken? Did they really believe you would never discover your worth? They underestimated the quiet ones. They underestimated you. They didn't understand that every insult, every dismissal, every sleepless night was adding fuel to a fire they couldn't see. And now you are no longer reacting. You are responding with absence. And absence speaks louder than arguments. They feel it in the silence. They sense it in your calm. They notice it in the way you no longer explain yourself. You owe them nothing, not closure, not access, not another chance. They thought you would shatter. But instead, you sharpened. Transformation, Phase 2, the rise. Something beautiful happens when you stop fighting to be chosen. You start choosing yourself. And that choice, it echoes through every area of your life. You walk differently now, not with arrogance, but with certainty. Your shoulders are no longer carrying the weight of proving your worth. Your eyes no longer search rooms for approval. Your heart no longer beats in rhythm with someone else's mood. You are steady, like a mountain that survived 1,000 storms. They tried to shake you. They tried to confuse you. They tried to dim you. But storms don't destroy mountains. They reveal their strength. And now, you are unshakable. You started setting boundaries without over-explaining. You started saying no without guilt. You started protecting your peace like it was royalty. Because it is. Peace is the crown they can never steal. And here's the truth that changes everything. You didn't break free to prove them wrong. You broke free to find yourself. That's why your glow is different now. It's not loud, it's not desperate, it's not seeking attention. It's grounded, it's magnetic, it's real. People notice it. They feel your energy before you even speak. They sense that you are no longer operating from lack. You are operating from wholeness, and wholeness cannot be manipulated. They may try to re-enter your life. They may test the waters with casual messages. Hey, just checking in. Hope you're doing well. But you are no longer the person who waits by the door. You are building empires inside your own mind. You are cultivating dreams that don't include their approval. You are mastering your emotions instead of being ruled by them. That is the ultimate revenge. Not destruction, not bitterness, indifference, peace, growth. While they replay old memories, you are creating new realities. While they wonder what went wrong, you are moving forward. While they stay the same, you evolve. And evolution is unstoppable.